Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. When a man is freed of religion, he has a better chance to live a normal and wholesome life. One must learn to give up momentary, uncertain, and destructive pleasure for delayed, restrained, but dependable pleasure. Dogs love their friends and bite their enemies, quite unlike people who are incapable of pure love and always have to mix love and hate. Civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock. Whoever loves becomes humble. Those who love have, so to speak, pawned a part of their narcissism. The Irish are the one race for which psychoanalysis is of no use whatsoever, because they already live in a dream world. None believes in his own death. In the unconscious, everyone is convinced of his own immortality. The psychoanalysis of individual human beings, however, teaches us with quite special insistence that the God of each of them is formed in the likeness of his Father, that his personal relation to God depends on his relation to his Father in the flesh and oscillates and changes along with that relation, and that at bottom God is nothing other than an exalted Father. Humanity is in the highest degree rational, so that there is no prospect of influencing it by reasonable arguments. Against prejudice one can do nothing. From error to error one discovers the entire truth. Maturity is the ability to postpone gratification. The only person with whom you have to compare ourselves is that you in the past, and the only percent better you should be. This is who you are now. A man's heterosexuality will not put up with any homosexuality, and vice versa. The aim of psychoanalysis is to relieve people of their neurotic unhappiness so that they can be normally unhappy. The only shame in masturbation is the shame of not doing it well. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. They can transfer knowledge from teacher to student. Words enable the orator to sway his audience and dictate its decisions. Words are capable of arousing the strongest emotions and prompting all men's actions. History is just new people making old mistakes. A man who has been the indisputable favorite of his mother keeps for life the feeling of a conqueror. Not to know the past is to be in bondage to it, while to remember to know is to be set free. I have found little good about human beings. In my experience, most of them are trash. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is what does a woman want? Love is a state of temporary psychosis. Knowledge is the intellectual manipulation of carefully verified observations. Human beings are funny. They long to be with the person they love but refuse to admit openly. Some are afraid to show even the slightest sign of affection because of fear. Fear that their feelings may not be recognized, or even worse, returned. But one thing about human beings puzzles me the most is their conscious effort to be connected with the object of their affection even if it kills them slowly within. The sexual life of adult women is a dark continent for psychology. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Words have a magical power. They can either bring the greatest happiness or the deepest despair. We choose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exists in our subconscious. Life, as we find it, is too hard for us. It brings us too many pains, disappointments, and impossible tasks. In order to bear it, we cannot dispense with palliative measures. There are perhaps three such measures: powerful deflections, which cause us to make light of our misery; substitutive satisfactions, which diminish it; and intoxicating substances, which make us insensible to it.